Your grandfather's hands were steady. When he wrote a letter, the world disappeared. When he read a book, hours melted like snow on warm skin. One task, one focus, completion. No anxiety medication, no productivity apps, no life coaches, just raw, undiluted attention that could bore through steel. Now look at your hands, trembling slightly, reaching for that phone every 17 seconds like a starving animal. Your focus has been assassinated, murdered in broad daylight, and you're walking around with its corpse, pretending everything's fine. The ancient Stoics called it ataraxia, the unshakable calm of a mind that cannot be moved. Seneca wrote while Rome burned, "Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new and seeks the old." You've become a slave to every new thing, every ping, every update, every meaningless microdose of digital cocaine. Feel that rage building? Good. That's not anger. That's your soul screaming to be released from this prison of perpetual distraction. You're living in a burning building, and instead of escaping, you're rearranging furniture. Your potential isn't just untapped. It's drowning, gasping for air while you scroll through other people's highlight reels. But something called you here. Not motivation, deeper. That ancient part of you that remembers what real focus feels like. The same part that helped your ancestors track prey for days without losing concentration. That could build cathedrals over centuries, one stone at a time. That DNA is still in you, buried under the debris of modernity. Today we perform an exorcism. We're going to rip out the parasites that have colonized your mind and replace them with principles so powerful Roman emperors used them to maintain sanity while their world collapsed. These 7 lessons aren't self-help, they're self-resurrection. Imagine your mind as an abandoned cathedral, once magnificent, now overrun with vines and vermin. Each lesson is a flame that burns away the decay. By the end, you won't just have focus, you'll have something the modern world has tried to steal: sovereignty over your own consciousness. You'll learn why your weakness is actually misdirected strength. Why the moment you want to quit contains the seed of invincibility. Why discipline isn't about restriction, but about becoming so free that nothing can touch you. This transformation demands a blood oath. Hit like, seal the pact, subscribe and ring that bell, join the resurrection. And whatever demon inside tells you to skip ahead, to seek the next quick fix, strangle it. Every second of this video is a rep in the gym of mental domination. Carve this into the comments. Today, my mental slavery ends. Now let's begin. Number 1. The 4:30 a.m. protocol of pre-dawn power. Darkness wraps around you like a blanket made of pure possibility. The world doesn't exist yet. No emails have been sent. No problems have been created. No one needs anything from you. This isn't just early morning. This is the void before creation, and you're about to become God of your own universe. Marcus Aurelius didn't wake early for productivity. He woke to catch his mind before it put on its armor of anxiety. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? But you wake to an ambush. Your phone explodes with yesterday's unfinished wars. Your mind immediately fractures into 17 different directions, each one bleeding energy like a severed artery. You're defeated before your eyes fully open. The 4:30 a.m. protocol isn't about joining some CEO morning routine cult. It's about meeting your mind in its most raw, unguarded state, before the world can poison it with its insanity. Tomorrow, when that alarm destroys the silence, don't move. Let the darkness hold you. Feel your heartbeat. That's your war drum. Each beat is a declaration. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm ready. No phone for the first hour. Let the notifications pile up like enemy soldiers outside your fortress. They can wait. They will wait. Stand up like you're rising from your own grave. Cold water on your face isn't just waking up, it's baptism. You're washing off yesterday's corpse. Look at your reflection in that dark bathroom mirror. That person staring back, they're either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Choose now. Write one paragraph, not a to-do list, that's for peasants. Write what you'll become today, not tasks, but transformation. Today, I become someone who finishes. Today, I become someone who doesn't flinch. Today, I become someone who treats distraction like the enemy it is. The silence of 4:30 a.m. isn't empty. It's pregnant with revolution. While everyone else sleeps, drugged on comfort, you're building an empire in your mind. By the time the world wakes, you've already won battles they don't even know exist. Number 2, the slavery paradox. Freedom through chains. Epictetus had his leg broken by his master, snapped like a twig. Yet from that cage of physical slavery came words that would free millions. No one can hurt you without your permission. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You think you're free because you can choose between 40 types of cereal, but you can't choose to put your phone down for an hour without your nervous system staging a full revolt. You're a slave with invisible chains, and the worst part, you're paying monthly subscriptions to maintain your imprisonment. The slavery paradox destroys everything you believe about freedom. Real freedom isn't having infinite options. It's having such powerful constraints that nothing can move you. A river without banks isn't free. It's a flood, destroying everything in its path. Your mind right now, it's flooding, drowning in its own possibility. Build your banks. Create constraints so rigid they become liberation. Delete every app that steals more than it gives. Feel that panic rising. That's not loss. That's your addiction screaming as you strangle it to death. Set your phone to grayscale. Watch the slot machine lose its power when the colors die. Block every website that turns you into a zombie. Each restriction isn't limiting you. It's focusing your power like a river forced through a dam becomes electricity. Schedule your days like a dictator rules a country. From 9 to 11, I write, nothing else exists, not flexibility, dictatorship. When that time comes, you don't decide, you obey. You become a slave to your higher self, and in that slavery, find freedom everyone else is too weak to claim. Your co-workers will call you rigid. Your friends will say you've changed. They're right. You're no longer drowning in the ocean of infinite choice. You're walking on water because you've learned the paradox. The more you constrain your options, the more powerful your actions become. Remember this, every yes to distraction is a no to greatness. Every moment of unfocused freedom is actually slavery to chaos. But when you build walls around your attention, when you become a tyrant to your impulses, something magical happens. You become unstoppable. The enslaved mind seeks endless options. The free mind needs only one path and walks it like a warrior heading to battle. Number 3, the rage alchemy, transmuting fury into focus. Marcus Aurelius watched his son become a monster. Commodus, sadistic, insane, everything a father fears. The emperor could have descended into rage, could have let fury eat him alive. Instead he wrote, "How much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does. but only to what he does himself. You're carrying enough rage to burn down cities. Rage at yourself for wasting years. Rage at the world for being designed to scatter your mind. Rage at everyone who seems to have it figured out while you're drowning in your own chaos. That rage, it's not your enemy. It's nuclear fuel waiting for the right reactor. Most people treat anger like poison, suppress it, medicate it, therapy it to death. The Stoics knew better. They practiced metriopathia, not the absence of emotion, but its transformation. Your fury isn't a wildfire to be extinguished, it's iron to be forged. Feel that heat in your chest when you realize another day slipped away. Don't breathe through it, don't calm down, grab it. That burning sensation is pure energy. Misdirected, yes, but energy nonetheless. Every moment of self-hatred contains enough power to fuel 10 hours of focused work. But you're letting it eat you instead of feeding on it. Tomorrow, when rage rises, and it will, don't run. Stand in it like standing in a forge. Let it burn away everything fake, everything weak, everything that isn't essential. Then speak to it. You're not my master. You're my fuel. Watch what happens when you sit down to work with that fire still burning. Your focus doesn't just improve, it becomes volcanic. That project you've been avoiding, attack it with the fury of someone who's sick of their own excuses. That skill you've been meaning to learn, pursue it like you're hunting the person who stole years from your life, because someone did, and that someone is you. The modern world wants you sedated, calm, accepting. It sells you meditation apps while designing apps to destroy your meditation. But your rage, that's your body's ancient alarm system, screaming that something is deeply, fundamentally wrong. And it's right. Stop trying to find inner peace. Find inner war. Not against others, against your own weakness, your own distraction, your own acceptance of mediocrity. Channel that rage into your work like channeling lightning into a battery. Number 4, the death clock technique. Seneca kept a skull on his desk, not for decoration, for devastation, the devastation of illusion. He wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day. You think you have time. That's the greatest lie ever sold. Calculate it. If you're 30, you have roughly 20,000 days left. Subtract sleep, 13,000. Subtract work, 6,000. You have 6,000 days of conscious choice remaining, and you're spending them watching strangers dance on screens." The death clock isn't morbid. It's liberation through mathematical brutality. Every morning, subtract 1 from your total. Feel that number dropping like a countdown to launch, not death. Because that's what it is, a launch sequence for the life you keep postponing. Write your death date on your wall, not when you think, when statistics say. Make it real, make it visible. Watch your mind recoil in horror, then watch it transform. Suddenly, that hour scrolling becomes an hour stolen from your corpse. That procrastination isn't delay, it's theft from a dying person. And that person is you. The ancients called it memento mori. Remember you must die. But they didn't whisper it sadly. They roared it like a battle cry. Death isn't coming for you. You're racing toward it. And every second of unfocused meandering is surrender. Place hourglasses everywhere. On your desk, your kitchen counter, your bathroom. Physical reminders that sand is falling, always falling, and you can't flip it back. Each time you see one, ask, if this was my last hour, would I waste it on this? The answer will horrify you. Good. Horror creates urgency, and urgency creates focus. Your ancestors knew they could die any moment. Plague, war, childbirth, a cut that went septic. That proximity to death made them alive. You're so safe, you're practically dead already, sleepwalking through existence, thinking tomorrow is guaranteed. Start a death journal. Each night, write, "If I died tonight, what would remain undone?" Then wake up and do those things, like death is chasing you. Because it is. It always has been. The only question is whether you'll run toward your dreams faster than death runs toward you. Every notification you answer is a conversation with death, where you say, "Take my time, I wasn't using it anyway." Number 5. The isolation chamber of deep work. Cato the Younger would strip naked and walk through Rome's streets, inviting ridicule. Not masochism, training. He was teaching his mind to be unmovable, unreachable, untouchable. I examine myself and ask, what weakness have I conquered today? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? Your mind has become a public square where everyone's opinion holds court. 7 billion strangers have access to your consciousness through that device in your pocket. You're never alone, which means you're never yourself. You're a collection of reactions to other people's actions, a puppet show of responses. The isolation chamber isn't about physical solitude. It's about mental sovereignty. It's creating a space in your mind, so private, so protected, that not even God can enter without permission. For 2 hours tomorrow, you will disappear. Not just phone off, phone in another room, in a drawer, buried like the corpse of your former self. Computer disconnected from the internet. You and your work, alone, like lovers who haven't touched in years, finally reuniting. Those 2 hours will feel like dying. Your nervous system will stage a mutiny. Your brain will manufacture emergencies. What if someone needs you? What if something important happens? Here's the brutal truth. In the history of the universe, nothing important has ever happened in a 2-hour window that required your immediate attention. You're not that special. Accept it and be free. In that isolation, you'll meet yourself for the first time in years. The real you, not the performed you, not the reactive you, the you that exists beneath the constant noise. That person has things to say, work to create, problems to solve, but they've been gagged by the constant chatter of connectivity. Build a physical barrier, a room, a closet, a corner with curtains, your isolation chamber. When you enter, you're entering sacred space. No one exists. The world is gone. There's just you and the work dancing in the silence. Watch what happens in week 2. Your focus won't just improve, it will become supernatural. Problems that seemed complex dissolve. Creative solutions appear from nowhere, because they're not from nowhere. They're from the depths of your mind that only speak in silence. The world will call you antisocial. Let them. While they're drowning in the shallow end of constant connection, you're diving to depths where treasures live. Number 6. The pain investment portfolio. Musonius Rufus slept on hard ground when soft beds were available, ate plain bread when feasts were offered. He said, "If you accomplish something good with hard work, the labor passes quickly, but the good endures. If you do something shameful in pursuit of pleasure, the pleasure passes quickly, but the shame endures." You're allergic to discomfort. The moment focus becomes difficult, you retreat to the narcotic of distraction. A little resistance and you crumble like ancient paper. Your pain tolerance is so low, a delayed web page makes you anxious. You've become so soft, marshmallows seem militant in comparison. The pain investment portfolio reverses everything. Instead of avoiding discomfort, you collect it like rare coins. Each moment of chosen suffering is a deposit in an account that pays dividends in unbreakable focus. Cold showers aren't about health benefits. They're about meeting the screaming child in your head who wants comfort and strangling it into submission. Stand under that freezing water and don't flinch. Let your body beg. Let your mind negotiate. Then smile because you're becoming someone who doesn't negotiate with weakness. Sit in a chair for 1 hour. No movement, no adjustment, just you and the growing discomfort. Your body will rebel. Ignore it. Your mind will manufacture emergencies. Laugh at them. This isn't meditation. This is war against your own softness. When that hour ends, you'll realize something terrifying. Most of your needs are just wants dressed up as emergencies. Choose the harder path deliberately. Stairs when there's an elevator. Walking when you could drive. Silence when you could have music. Each choice is a vote for who you're becoming. Someone whose focus can't be broken by discomfort, because discomfort has become home. Fast for 24 hours. Not for health, for power. Feel hunger rise like a beast, then watch it pass. You'll realize you've been a slave to every minor sensation, responding to each tiny discomfort like a servant to a bell. When you can sit with hunger without moving, sitting with difficult work becomes child's play. Your soft life has made you brittle. One disruption and you shatter. But when you invest in pain, when you make deposits of voluntary discomfort, you become anti-fragile. Disruption doesn't break you, it makes you stronger. Distraction doesn't seduce you, you've felt worse and chosen it. The modern world profits from your comfort addiction. Every convenience is a chain. But when you build your pain portfolio, you become unprofitable to exploit. Number 7. The Attention Colosseum, where focus goes to war. In Rome's Colosseum, gladiators faced death or glory, no middle ground. Epictetus taught, when you are about to meet someone, say to yourself, this person may insult me, may harm me. Then you won't be surprised or angry when it happens. Your attention is in a Colosseum right now, but you don't realize you're fighting for your life. Every app is a gladiator trained to kill your focus. Every notification is a sword thrust at your consciousness. And you're walking in, unarmed, unconscious, already bleeding from wounds you don't even feel. Time to become a gladiator of attention. Tomorrow, declare war. Not metaphorically, literally, write a declaration. Today, my attention enters the Colosseum. Only one of us leaves alive, my focus or my distractions. Sign it. Date it. This is your battle contract. Track your defeats. Every time distraction wins, mark it. Not with shame, with strategy. A gladiator studies every wound to never receive it again. Lost 30 minutes to scrolling. Right. Enemy attacked from boredom flank. Defense needed. Mind wandered during deep work. Document. Concentration shield failed at minute 15. Reinforcement required. Build your weapons. Timer on desk. Your sword. Website blockers. Your shield. Scheduled breaks. Your armor. Each tool isn't productivity theater. It's life or death equipment in a battle where losing means another day dissolved into digital dust. Train like your life depends on it, because it does. Start with 5-minute focus sprints, pure, undiluted attention, then 10, then 20. Like a gladiator building stamina, you're building mental endurance. When you can focus for 2 hours without flinching, you've become something the modern world fears, unconquerable. The audience in your Colosseum, social media, news, entertainment, they're betting against you. They profit from your defeat. Every time you succumb, they cheer and count their money. But when you win, when you complete deep work despite their attacks, you can hear their silence. That silence is victory. Some days you'll lose. You'll find yourself on the ground, distractions soared at your throat. Here's the difference between gladiators and ordinary people. Gladiators get up. They return tomorrow. They fight until fighting becomes breathing. Your attention is either predator or prey. In the Colosseum, there's no third option. Every morning you decide, will you enter as hunter or hunted? You've just received 7 weapons that emperors used to build empires, that slaves used to find freedom, that warriors used to achieve immortality through their works. But weapons unused are just decoration. The person who started this video is dead. Good. They were weak, scattered, defeated before the day began. The person finishing this video is something else. Someone who understands that focus isn't about tips and tricks. It's about becoming someone so powerful that distraction itself fears you. Tomorrow, you'll wake to the same chaotic world, the same notifications, the same demands, but you'll be different. You'll have the 4:30 a.m. protocol, the slavery paradox, the rage alchemy, the death clock, the isolation chamber, the pain portfolio, and the attention Colosseum. Most who watch this are already gone, seduced by another tap, another scroll, but you're still here. That's not coincidence, that's destiny announcing itself. Your disciplined ancestors are watching. Your focused future self is waiting. The only question, will you honor them or disappoint them? Like this video, seal your commitment, subscribe, join the revolution, share, arm others for battle. Your transformation isn't private anymore. It's a declaration of war against everything trying to steal your one precious, irreplaceable life. Final battle cry in the comments. My focus revolution begins now.
Here is a single cohesive paragraph, approximately 850 words, reflective pace of 140 words per minute. It weaves the 7 virtual Stoic rules. Read it mindfully, pausing after each rule to internalize it. Stoic rules to reclaim, scroll of the digital agora. Discern what lies within your cursor from what does not, but never the algorithm's whim. Train your eye to trace the thin blue line between control and chaos, and let the feed's infinite river flow without sweeping you under. Before the first notification pings, the viral thread that slanders your name. By scripting these micro-tragedies in the theater of imagination, when the crash arrives, you greet it not with rage, transforming digital friction into Rule 3, voluntary disconnection. Once daily, power down every device for a measured hour. Walk beneath real sky. This chosen exile is no Luddite tantrum, but that the unliked self remains whole. Rule 4, view from 404. Zoom out to the cosmic timeline. Your mortal coil long returned to Earth. The answer shrinks petty flames to harmless sparks. Rule 5, amor fati of the algorithm. Love the feed exactly as it serves you. When the timeline buries your art beneath cat reels, embrace shadow bans as hidden tutors teaching resilience. And every glitchy update is fate's sly curriculum. Accept, adapt, create anyway. Open a private analog page and audit the day's digital deeds. Tally not likes but lapses, where impatience typed. Close the ledger with a single corrective maxim for tomorrow, designed to take about 1 hour to read aloud at a slow, with natural pauses for contemplation. Into a unified narrative you can follow as a modern digital age practitioner. In the flickering glow of screens that never sleep, adopt these 7 virtual sovereignty over your mind amid the endless. Rule 1, the dichotomy of pixels. You command the keystroke, the breath, the judgment, the stranger's retort, or the server's lag. Refresh only what serves virtue, close tabs on the rest. Rule 2, premeditation of glitches. Each dawn, rehearse the day's probable crashes. The Wi-Fi drop mid-meeting. The dopamine drought after a streak ends. You armor your soul, but with a calm, as expected, philosophical fuel. Enact a deliberate fast from the grid. Feel the weight of a paper book or the silence of unmediated thought. Stoic exercise in proving to yourself that happiness requires no signal bars, and that true presence blooms offline. Years, when outrage flares at a misfired tweet or a canceled follow. In 4 centuries, the post will be dust. The platform a footnote. Ask, will this cursor war matter to the year 2425? Freeing attention for what endures, character polished in the now, not as you wish it to be. Whisper, thus it is, and pivot to craft the next line offline. Echo chambers as mirrors revealing your own biases. Rule 6, evening ledger of clicks. As night settles, which link lifted virtue, which scroll squandered virtue? Where envy refreshed, where wisdom shared. Stoic rules to reclaim scroll of the digital agora. Discern what lies within your cursor from what does not, but never the algorithm's whim. Train your eye to trace the thin blue line between control and chaos, and let the feed's infinite river flow without sweeping you under. Before the first notification pings, the viral thread that slanders your name. By scripting these micro-tragedies in the theater of imagination, when the crash arrives, you greet it not with rage, transforming digital friction into Rule 3, voluntary disconnection. Once daily, power down every device for a measured hour. Walk beneath real sky. This chosen exile is no Luddite tantrum, but that the unliked self remains whole. Rule 4, view from 404. Zoom out to the cosmic timeline. Your mortal coil long returned to Earth. The answer shrinks petty flames to harmless sparks. Rule 5, amor fati of the algorithm. Love the feed exactly as it serves you. When the timeline buries your art beneath cat reels, embrace shadow bans as hidden tutors teaching resilience. And every glitchy update is fate's sly curriculum. Accept, adapt, create anyway. Open a private analog page and audit the day's digital deeds. Tally not likes but lapses, where impatience typed. Close the ledger with a single corrective maxim for tomorrow, designed to take about 1 hour to read aloud at a slow, with natural pauses for contemplation, into a unified narrative you can follow as a modern digital age practitioner. In the flickering glow of screens that never sleep, adopt these 7 virtual sovereignty over your mind amid the endless. Rule 1, the dichotomy of pixels. You command the keystroke, the breath, the judgment, the stranger's retort, or the server's lag. Refresh only what serves virtue, close tabs on the rest. Rule 2, premeditation of glitches. Each dawn, rehearse the day's probable crashes, the Wi-Fi drop mid-meeting, the dopamine drought after a streak ends. You armor your soul, but with a calm, as expected, philosophical fuel. Enact a deliberate fast from the grid. Feel the weight of a paper book or the silence of unmediated thought. Stoic exercise in proving to yourself that happiness requires no signal bars, and that true presence blooms offline. Years, when outrage flares at a misfired tweet or a canceled follow. In 4 centuries, the post will be dust. The platform a footnote. Ask, will this cursor war matter to the year 2425? Freeing attention for what endures, character polished in the now, not as you wish it to be. Whisper, thus it is, and pivot to craft the next line offline. Echo chambers as mirrors revealing your own biases. Rule 6, evening ledger of clicks. As night settles, which link lifted virtue, which scroll squandered virtue? Where envy refreshed, where wisdom shared.